Saints defensive tackle Kalen Saunders wants to start a quote-unquote youth football camp for LGBTQ.
I feel like being an ally is more than just saying that I support, but it's also kind of showing up. Obviously, being in the NFL is very male dominant and heterosexual dominant, and it's not really feels as if there's not really a space for the LGBTQ community. But with just working with organizations like with the GLAAD Media Awards and also the NFL Pride Football Combine or football clinic that they had during the Super Bowl week, I was actually able to go out there and kind of get to talk to some of the people that were participating in it, and it was great conversations. These are people who feel like they have to be hidden, although they might love the sport. They might love the NFL, might love football in general as a sport. But they kind of shy away from it just because of orientations or all of these other kind of outside things.
All right, first of all, number one, there is no such thing as LGBTQ plus youth. There are tween and teen gays and lesbians, and then there are young men and young women that are being sucked into and indoctrinated into the gender cult by the types of organizations that he talks about in this video. He's talking about GLAAD. He's talking about all of this other stuff. These organizations have absolutely zero to do with gay and lesbian, and they have everything to do with corporatizing gender ideology, radical gender ideology, and pushing it upon the youth. But to that point, the first thing that I will say is that what a young gay man, and let's just talk about what a young gay man needs. What a young gay man needs is not to feel so intimidated by being around by being around heterosexuals that he needs a whole other league that's supposed to be quote unquote LGBTQ inclusive for that person to go play. That sends that particular young teenage gay dude a very negative message about the fact that he is somehow unable to be around heterosexuals. This is why there are so many weak gay men running around the world, because they do not know that in order to exist in the world, in order to exist in the universe, to move around wealth and power and entrepreneurs and all of that stuff, even as a gay man, you have to know how to move among heterosexual men. I think that it's not the worst idea in the world that if there is a gay male team that wants to go play football, go put them on the regular team with all of the other heterosexual boys, because this is the thing. They're going to teach him how to be a man, and they're going to teach him more about how to interact in the real world than any sort of swishy LGBTQIA plus youth football group is ever going to do. If you look at the gay community right now, if you look at the LGBTQ, if you look at all the nonsense and all the insanity that's going on right now, it is because men have left, they've gone to wherever, and now the entire community is being run by drag queens, gender confused people, women, like you name it. It's all a hot mess. And therefore, fundamentally, this sort of LGBTQ youth inclusive football camp, et cetera, it's nothing more than another GLAAD fronted, corporate fronted sort of gender indoctrination cult for younger people. Young gay men do not need their own football league. They need to be around heterosexual boys so that they know how to interact with men in the world. And what the last thing that America needs is GLAAD and all of these corporations pushing millions of dollars into further pushing radical gender cult ideology onto unsuspecting gay and lesbian youth. Because again, there's no such thing as an LGBTQ plus youth. There are gay and lesbian teens and tweens, and then there are young boys and girls that are being pushed into radical gender ideology, into the gender cult by the NFL, by corporations like GLAAD, and by everybody that wants to further push that agenda. If you think that that agenda is dead just because we're in a new era in Washington, D.C., it is not.